Good afternoon and good morning to all of you. I'm Hewie Poplock. This is Tech for Senior, September 4th, 2023, our episode 179. Can't believe it, that many. Anyway, I'm going to be your host today. Ron's my co-host. He's here, but we're just switching chairs today. And it was a long trip to change chairs, but he's in Vancouver, British Columbia, and I'm in Florida. But we did it. We managed to get the chairs switched around. And Ron will be back as host again next week. This is a 1-hour show about technology. And then we have a Q&A at the end. So please stick with us. If it's your first time, welcome. If you're watching the video, we're glad you're here. And by all means, join us live every Monday morning. Today, we're going to be talking about security. And there's going to be an article about purchasing considerations for a new PC. Might be time for that PC. What do you want to find in it? And then crazy new features. Feature lets you copy frames from videos. Ron's going to talk about that. And then Chris Gould will be here with fun with photos. And she's going to talk about one of my favorite programs called Prisma. And so I think an introduction to that program for you, you'll find very beneficial. I've been using it for years. And then I'm going to do an article about downloading and uploading. And then finally, Ray will be here with the music section, and then we'll have the Q&A. Today, I'd like to introduce everybody. Ron, how's it feel to have the pressure of the big chair off your back today, and you can kind of relax?
Well, the pressure is my birthday tomorrow, and I'm feeling old. that's the pressure.
Well, we all. I don't think you're alone in that feeling old type of thing. I heard somebody say this week. It's I don't know what it is, but every time I go, I think my house is haunted because every time I go in the bathroom and I look in the mirror, some old person gets in the way and I can't see myself.
and then the other one is I wonder if we did a poll and everyone gets to guess what Ray's music outro will be today.
Yeah. Bob's away, but the trooper he is, he did do a section on security for us today, and it's going to be up to date, and we'll have that in just a few minutes. And Ray has got one foot out the door. He's ready to go on his trip, but he's here today. Ray, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. A lot of packing and whatnot. I will be gone for the better part of the whole month of September, where I've told Carol in the past, as we've talked about taking a trip back east, that I don't think I'll ever fly again. I did a lot of flying in my days, and today it's really no longer fun. But I don't mind driving. And, you know, as you just said, we're all getting older. I'm not sure how many more years I'll be able to do a trip. This will be my third cross-country trip. And back east, going in a little bit into Canada, certainly Niagara Falls, and maybe a little bit more. And looking forward to it. It should be a good time, and be back next month.
Well, you've got a camper, so you don't have to worry about hotels either, right?
Actually, this time we are not taking the camper. The camper is a little bit too old for a trip like this. I'm actually selling it and using the money to pay for this trip. So we're taking a car, and we'll be stopping at motels, and it'll be expensive, but it's you know, it's the kind of thing I want to do one more time.
Yeah, I had a friend who just came cross country from California. It took her several months, and she was surprised. A lot of the hotels now are charging a fee for housekeeping, another fee, and then if you use a credit card, they're charging an extra fee for that. And so you got to be careful when you stay at motels. Find out what the fees are up front before you sign on the dotted line.
Good advice.
Bill, you're here. Did you get rebooted and back on?
I got rebooted, and hopefully things are working. I'm using my Chromebook today just to keep up and keep in touch. And Ray, as you're coming down I-40, give me a call and I can meet you for lunch.
All right, we will be heading across I-40 and into, actually, we're going to visit the Oklahoma City Memorial. I've been
Oh.
there before. Carol has not, so I'll let you know when in a day or
Give me
two.
a call and I'll meet you there. That's
Got it.
not very far.
Well, I look forward to that.
All right.
All right, good. And we got Chris Gould here today. Chris and Jim were on yesterday. Thank you for not having it on my WinSig Sunday. And so I was able to attend, and well, you had a good session, and then a good for the members only. You had a great group get together afterwards. So glad you're here today.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Look forward to it. And I'll stick around for the Q&A. And yeah, our show yesterday, you can find it on YouTube, Geeks on Tour. It was about my phone is full. What do I do? That was our show.
That was a great intro with the phone filling up with liquid. I thought that was very unique. I don't know if you found that or did that, but it was great. Yeah, that's it right there. For those of you who could see it.
I thought Jim's housing was leaking.
Yeah.
I thought this was doom and gloom. I thought, oh, this is not good.
Okay, this is Tech for Seniors. We're in our 4th year. Don't forget our website, and it's techforsenior.com. And by all means, come take a look at it. There's a lot of information there, plus all the links that you can never find for all of our stuff is all there as well. And don't forget the Tech for Senior Live is every Thursday. We sit around, 3 or 4 of us, talk about the tech news of the week using our posts that are on Tech for Senior Facebook page. And we talk about the technology news of the week. And we usually get into some pretty good discussions, but it's kind of like you guys probably do on your own at your computer user group meetings or with your friends, where you just kind of sit around and start talking technology. And that's what we do, but you can be a part of it from either your Facebook or your YouTube and make comments, and we see those and we can share those with the audience. And it is a good discussion every Thursday. Called Tech for Senior Live. And then this week
we have a special guest this week, Hewie. We have a special guest on Thursday.
Who is it this week?
This would be, well, should I tell?
Yeah, by all means.
It's going to be Jim Gould is coming.
Wow, the other half of the
special
Jim and
guest.
Chris, the other half of the Jim and Chris group, huh?
Well, I think Chris, I think she told Jim he had to go.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, because
Mr.
Ray's going to be away and Bob's going to be away, and we certainly will enjoy having Jim with us. He's very knowledgeable as well, so we'll be talking tech. And by all means, join us. It's fun. We really enjoy doing it. And then this week is my busy week. Wednesday is the STUG meeting. The Sarasota Technology User Group meeting, which is open for everyone. You just have to register. And the speaker will be Mark Schulman from Orlando. He's going to be talking about preserving your photos and your graphics and so on. And then Sunday is the Windows SIG. And you can get information at hewie.net on that, or again on the Tech for Senior website. And be sure to subscribe to our newsletter. Our newsletter goes out every Tuesday and Saturday. There's always some good articles that we don't talk about on the shows. They're extras, so you can get some good information. Plus, there's information, of course, on all of our shows and all the things that we do. And don't forget, today is the premiere and the half hour at the second hour. And we'll put the link to it again in case you got here after it was posted. And we're going to be talking about home entertainment systems, part 2 from Ray. Where is the music coming from? Ron did that. And then I am doing what is an immersive reader. And these are some playbacks or bests of from a year ago. So you'll be able to see those on our premiere show, which is separate from this. And you just go to our YouTube channel and it'll be there. And if you don't make it at 1:30 or whatever on the half hour that it may not be 1:30 your time, but on the half hour, if you can't make it, it is on our YouTube channel. Okay. Ron, anything you want to add?
Nothing.
Okay. It's time for our security news, and Ron, go ahead.
All right, let's just get this started. Remember, Bob did this on the road, so he's a real trooper. He got it all done.
Here is my security news roundup for the week ending September 1st, 2023. Quackbot botnet dismantled after infecting over 700,000 computers. The FBI dismantled Quackbot after it infected over 700,000 computers, over 200,000 in the U.S., after infiltrating parts of the botnet's infrastructure, including one of the computers used by the Quackbot admin. Last Friday night, they redirected Quackbot traffic to servers controlled by the agency, which provided the FBI with the access needed to deploy an uninstaller to compromised devices across the globe, clearing the infections and preventing the deployment of additional malicious payloads, while victims received no notifications when the installer was executed to remove the malware from their systems. The FBI notified them using IP addresses and routing information collected from the victims' computers when deploying the removal tool. Read more at bleepingcomputer.com. Meta shut down a disinformation campaign tied to Chinese law enforcement. A massive social media disinformation campaign linked to Chinese law enforcement is no more, according to Meta. In its latest report on what Meta calls coordinated inauthentic behavior, usually covert state-sponsored social media campaigns designed to shape public opinion, the company detailed the discovery of a huge network of fake accounts, pages, and groups publishing positive talking points about China. Removed 7,704 accounts, 954 pages, and 15 groups linked to disinformation operation. According to the report, the activity amounted to what appears to be the largest known cross-platform covert influence operation in the world. Read more at TechCrunch.com. Credentials of NASA, Tesla, DOJ, Verizon, and 2,000 other leaked by Workplace Safety Organization. The National Safety Council has leaked nearly 10,000 emails and passwords of their members, exposing 2,000 companies, including governmental organizations and big corporations. The National Safety Council is a nonprofit organization in the United States providing workplace and driving safety training. On its digital platform, NSC provides online resources for its nearly 55,000 members spread across different businesses, agencies, and educational institutions. However, the organization's website was left vulnerable to cyber attacks for 5 months. The Cyber News research team discovered public access to the web directories that exposed thousands of credentials. A long list of leaked credentials were employees of around 2,000 companies, governmental entities. Read more at cybernews.com. Child safety bills are reshaping the internet for everyone. By the end of the month, porn will get a lot harder to watch in Texas. Instead of clicking a button or entering a date of birth to access Pornhub and other adult sites, users will need to provide photos of their official government-issued ID or use a third-party service to verify their age. It's the result of a new law passed earlier this summer intended to prevent kids from seeing porn online. Texas may be the biggest state rolling out anti-porn rules, but it's not the first. In the last year alone, more than half a dozen states have passed similar legislation, and even more are looking to follow suit. Read more on theverge.com. Alert! Juniper firewalls, OpenFire, and Apache Rocket MQ under attack from new exploits. Recently disclosed security flaws impacting Juniper firewalls, OpenFire, and Apache Rocket MQ servers have come under active exploitation in the wild, according to multiple reports. The Shadow Server Foundation said that it's seeing exploitation attempts from multiple IPs from Juniper JWeb targeting WebAuth Operation PH endpoint the same day a proof of concept became available. Currently, there are more than 8,200 Juniper devices that have the JWeb interfaces exposed to the Internet, most of them from South Korea, the US, Hong Kong, Indonesia, Turkey, and India. Read more at thehackernews.com. New York City subway security flaw makes it possible to track riders' journeys. The contactless payment system of New York City subways has a security hole. Anyone with access to someone's credit card number can see when and where they entered the city's underground transit during the last 7 days. The problem lies in a failure of the website for OMNY, the tap-to-pay system for the Metropolitan Transportation Authority, which allows you to view your recent rider history using only credit card info. Further, subway entries purchased using Apple Pay, which gives merchants a virtual number instead of a real one, still somehow link to your physical credit card number. Read more at Engadget.com. This week's must-see on my YouTube channel. Fleeceware isn't just a comfy outer layer for autumn. It could be the reason your credit card debit is ticking up every month. Please watch my video on that topic by following the link listed. Did you know humans shed 40 pounds of skin in their lifetime, completely replacing their outer skin every month? Facebook engineers originally wanted to call the like button the awesome button. If the human brain were a computer, it could perform 38,000 trillion operations per second. The world's most powerful supercomputer, Blue Gene, can manage only 0.002% of that. Let us not seek to satisfy our thirst for freedom by drinking from the cup of bitterness and hatred. Thanks to Martin Luther King Jr. And that's a wrap for this week's Security News Roundup. Stay safe, stay secure. I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye, and thanks for watching and listening.
Well, thanks to Bob for doing that before or while he's on the road. I'm not sure, he probably didn't connect with us because he is driving, heading east, but he did do the show because the security stuff doesn't end and doesn't stop with him going away. Okay, Ron.
I can just see him in a hotel room getting that, going through all the articles and getting it all done. What a trooper. All right. I guess I'm up, Hewie?
Yeah, you're up with 2. So go ahead.
I think I'll play both of the videos back to back. And then we'll finish. Okay. It's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior. It's now September 2023, and as we move into the fall, you may be considering a new computer. The inventory is high, the economy is so-so, and the manufacturers haven't been able to sell their stock. So as we move into school season, Cyber Monday, Black Friday, Christmas, all these things that happen between September and December, there are going to be lots of sales and lots of good things for you to purchase. So I wanted to give you some help on deciding what to purchase. So I'm going to do 3 videos. I'm going to do a how to purchase a PC, how to purchase a Chromebook, and how to purchase an Apple product. These will be 3 separate videos that I'm going to have coming out over the next 3 months. I'll probably do about 1 a month, but limited to 10 minutes, so I might do some part 1, part 2, part 3, but that's to give you help in deciding what to purchase as these events occur. How to purchase a PC. This is part 1. The first consideration should be, where are you going to purchase your PC? Well, of course, you may have a Costco or a Sam's Club next to you, and these are great places to purchase devices. They have good return policies and usually have good equipment. You may also look at Walmart. Walmart is very close to you in most locations in the United States and Canada. I suspect if you're looking for advice, the amount that you're going to get is going to be pretty limited, and probably depending on who's working at the store. The real advantage in Walmart is their online sales. They have a massive inventory of online computer PCs that really comprise everything from A to Z, you know. And I would, and it's fine. I think these are all okay machines, but I want you to try to remember to purchase them from Walmart. One of the problems, because the Walmart website is so vast, you'll often find third-party sellers selling their refurbished machines or other types of machines on there. Please, if you are going to buy it online from Walmart, make sure you buy it directly from Walmart. Now, one of my favorite stores to purchase computers is Best Buy. Best Buy has been around since 2008. Yes, a very long time. Some of us have had good experience, some bad. Now, in 2019, Corey Berry took the reins as CEO and really restructured the company. The company no longer has commissioned salespeople. The people now that work at Best Buy are paid a livable wage. They have a very high retention and job satisfaction. They are there to help you purchase your computer. Most of them, I find, are very knowledgeable and helpful. Best Buy has an outstanding return policy that often gets, the time limit gets doubled or tripled around Christmas, so they have a no problem return policy. The only thing that you have to watch is they have a very large website, same as Walmart as well. Be careful if you are purchasing from Best Buy that you purchase it from Best Buy on their website. There are a lot of third-party resellers, and you have to be careful with this, particularly if they're refurbished machines or you want to return. So just be careful of that. But if you want some advice, you're not quite sure what you want, they're an excellent place to go because the people usually that work there are knowledgeable about computers. If you want to shop online, Amazon probably sells more computers than anyone online in the United States. So it's fine to buy a computer on Amazon if you know what you're wanting. Always remember those warehouse deals that I talked about and showed you how to do before. Please be careful though when you're purchasing a computer that it's sold by Amazon. That's so important because in return situations, it makes things a lot easier. As with the other companies, there are a lot of third-party resellers on Amazon. And also, when considering online, don't forget about Dell computers. Dell, of course, is a US company. Your computer will be designed in the United States, built in the United States, shipped in the United States, and supported by people working in the United States. So it is a good company. I have always bought Dell PCs. I have one now, and I really like them as a company, and they make good products. So give that a consideration. Now, the next thing I want you to consider is a budget. How much are you going to spend for your new purchase? Well, I'd like you to consider if you're purchasing a PC, it's likely going to have Windows 11 or in the future Windows 12. I want you to budget between $600 and $1,000 for your PC. I want you to consider this as a 5-year plan. So if you look at that per month, that's going to cost you about $15 a month. I'll explain why you have to look at it as a 5-year plan in a moment, but you really need to have a budget and stick to that budget when you're purchasing your computer. Chromebooks, of course, will be a little bit less, and of course, Apple products more. But for a PC with a Windows on it, I think you're looking at a solid investment between $600 and $1,000. So when purchasing a PC, you need to decide what type of PC you're going to buy. Are you going to buy a box? Remember, like the historical ones that we have, and like the one that I have here? Or are you going to buy a PC? Are you going to buy a ℧? Now, this is a picture of a ℧. You know that Hewie and Ray from our Monday show have ℧s. These are small computers that sit in the palm of your hand. You connect to them any of your peripheral devices. They can be, they can have any sort of processor in there, as big a hard drive as you want, and all are customizable. We've talked about those before, but it certainly is an option. Now, an important consideration in purchasing a laptop. Over the years, I've done a lot of tech work and gone out to see people in their homes. And when I look at their laptops, they have never moved in the 3 years that they've owned them. If you do not consider moving your computer, then why do you need a laptop? There are some distinct disadvantages for seniors with a laptop. The first being is you have a battery with a 5-year life cycle. The second is you have a small monitor. Now, let's be honest, as seniors, we don't see as well. You know, if you haven't had your cataracts done yet, you haven't had eye problems, or you don't wear glasses, well, good luck. But let me tell you, it's going to happen, and bigger is better with a screen. I have three 43-inch screens in front of me, and when these go, I'll be getting a bigger screen. As a senior, the bigger, the better. The second problem with a laptop is the battery. You have to consider the battery life in a laptop, because laptops now do not have removable batteries. So I think it's safe to say you're going to be fine for the first 3 years, but the maximum you're going to look at with a laptop is 5 years. Now, you also have to remember that these batteries in laptops now are very thin. The problem with laptops is heat, and the designers and engineers have made the battery as part of the heat sink. So it is actually glued to the chassis, and they use a special glue that transmits heat, and that's all part of the dissipation of the heat in your laptop. That is why they are not removable. So anything that you purchase must be fixed to a 5-year budget. The other thing that you may have thought about in the past, when we did have removable batteries and we could replace the batteries in laptops, I always used to tell people, take the battery out and it'll run just on the power cable. And if you need the battery, you can use it. And there you're saving a lot of wear and tear on your battery. Today's computers don't work like that. All the power goes through the battery and you can't bypass it. So what you're going to find is as your battery starts to fail, your computer will start to do odd things. You can't switch it just to run on power setting. So it is going to be problematic for you, and you really need to budget and think about this as a 5-year project. But if you don't need a laptop, then I certainly would consider a ℧ or a PC, because with a regular boxed PC, you can put a big monitor on, you can put your own keyboard you want. Yes, you can do that with a laptop, but you're already paying for that. Why pay for your battery, and why pay for a small screen that you're not going to use? You're just going to plug an external monitor in. Also, beware of those 4K screens on laptops. Why pay money for a 4K screen on a 13-inch laptop? That is ridiculous. So don't pay any extra money for that. You'll find that an HD screen should be adequate for what you want to use it for. But always remember, bigger is better. Ron Brown with Tech for Senior. Have you ever wanted to copy a video frame while you're watching a YouTube video? Well, in the new version of Chrome 1.16, you can now do this. Let me show you how to do it. Let's say you're watching this video for Senior with a Chromebook tip. We're going to stop it now, and I'm going to take my mouse and I'm going to double click the right mouse button. And now you'll see a new feature here, copy video frame. We simply click this, and it now copies the frame. Let's paste it into an email. We'll come over here and paste it. And there it is, right into your email. New feature, Chrome browser version 1.16. Try it out. It works great.
Ron, is that only on a Chromebook or is that the
No,
Chrome browser?
it's not a Chromebook. It's a well, I don't have a Chrome OS 1.16 yet, but it's in the Chrome browser.
Okay, it is the browser. Okay,
It's the
great.
browser, yeah.
All right, that brings us to Chris and Fun with Photos.
Hi, I'm Chris Gould with Geeks on Tour, and this is Fun with Photos. Do you wish you knew more about the camera settings on your iPhone or your Android phone? And how about making your photos look better after you've taken them with the editing tools that are available? Then there's organizing your lifetime of photos and sharing the ones that you want with friends and family. This Fun with Photos podcast is short 10-minute episodes meant to answer your questions about photos. Today's question is there an easy way to make my photos look more like paintings? I'm going to show you Prisma, and be prepared for some real fun in this episode. It only takes one click to turn a picture like this car in Cuba into this that looks like a painting. Just a couple of clicks makes this horse look like a super horse.
You started playing.
And I'm going to show you how we made our logo avatar, our faces in that circle, all using Prisma by Prisma Labs. It's free to start with. If you want all the possibilities, there are pay-for versions. There is an iOS version. There's also an Android version. There is also a web version. Let me show you. I'm going to demonstrate using my iPad so that it has a little bit bigger screen to see. First, make sure you know what app I'm talking about. I'm going to go to the App Store, search for Prisma, P-R-I-S-M-A. Think of a prism making beauty. And it's this one with just the little black triangle. I already have it. So I'm going to open. And since I've already been using it, it shows you the pictures I've used. Let me show you this flamingo one. It's always going to want you to upgrade to the paid version. I just keep tapping X. So I tapped on the flamingos. Now I see them full screen. And down at the bottom are all my choices of the styles, the artistic styles that can be applied. All you do is tap on a style. That one is cartoon. Let me hockey. I think isn't that kind of cool? I like that. So I will save it. Now that has been saved as a new photo in my photo library. I could now share it, but I don't want to. I'm going to skip that. And I'm done with that picture. Once again, another ad comes up. I just keep tapping close. Let's play with this one of the Blue Ridge Mountains a little bit. And I'm going to skip over and go to Water Lily. I don't like that at all. How about hockey? Ooh, I kind of like that. Surf is one that I often like. Yes, that one is good. And save. Not now, thank you very much. Now, just because I liked that and I saved it doesn't mean that I can't go on and try more. And there are 700 plus styles. If I tap here for add more, I can see a bunch of things. I'll bet this kick scooter might be kind of good, and I will add to favorites. Notice that there are some that have a little lock on it. That means you must be paying for the premium version in order to have that. I'm going to try this one too, this blossom and the flora, any of the ones that were free. And now let's try those on the Blue Ridge Mountains kick scooter. Yeah,
completely different effect. Let's try Flora and Blossom. I think I will save that one. Good enough. I'm done with the Blue Ridge Mountains. And close. I'm going to look at this picture of Cuba. The red car in Cuba. And let's look at cartoon style. Kind of like that. I would call that more of a watercolor. Yeah, you never know what the names of these things mean. Water lily. Ooh, that's a bit bizarre. But look at this. Let's say, I think that could be interesting if it wasn't quite so much. The little paintbrush over here gives you a slider where you can back off all the way back to nothing and just apply that style by percentages. So that's kind of an interesting painting there. I will apply that, and I think I will save. Now I want to get that horse that I showed you in the beginning. There's the photo of the horse. Now these photos must be stored on this device, just FYI. Add. There's the horse. I know that I like surf. I'm going to go straight to the surf. And yeah, that's what I wanted. But now to get the magic type of frame, tap on frame, and there. So just 2 taps gives me a superhero horse. Apply and save. One more on the app. And that is this picture of me with the Tetons in the background. I'm going to try hockey. Ooh, a bit much, but I kind of like it. It's interesting. Now watch this though. I have the choice. This little button right here is called layers, and it will separate the background from the foreground, and it will apply the effect to one or the other. So there I am in the cartoonish style with a photo background, or I can make the background be the cartoonish style and me be normal. I think I like that. I'll tap save. Now, since it can separate the foreground and the background, there's this other button here that will actually give you completely different backgrounds. You just tap them. And if you want to add your own background, you can tap the plus and find your own photo that you want in the background. And there are a bunch of them, and you can just keep playing. Look at all of these. How about me on a snowy road? Apply and save. Notice it has put the background in the style. If I wanted to change that, I think I like it that way. Save. So where do these get saved? Well, this is an iPad, so they certainly got saved in the camera roll, which you can see with the Apple photos. There are the ones I just made, but since I have Google Photos also installed here, it will see those same photos. So here are the photos I just made. I just think that is so much fun. Now let me show you just a little bit of Prisma on the web. Prisma-ai.com/Prisma. And then you have to scroll down a bit to see Try Prisma for the web. And I already uploaded this image. You do that by clicking Open New Image, and it has to be on your computer. So that's the difference here. Makes sense. So I opened up this image, and they change these styles all the time. So it can take a while to find the one you like. But I think this one called Puma is the best. Now I save that image,
and I save it on my computer in some place, in some folder where I know where it is. Once I got that picture cropped into a circle, and there's several tools that'll do that, we use it everywhere on our promotional materials. And it all started from just having fun with my photos using Prisma.
That was great, Chris. It gave away some of my secrets. If you remember the picture of all of us on the Tech for Senior Live with the individual pictures, I took each one, made a using Prisma, made a cartoon character out of it, and then I lined them up individually and got them so they were around the same size. So that was how I did it with
Prisma for that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've been using Prisma for several years. So thank you for that.
A lot of fun.
And occasionally they have it on sale too. Sometimes they have a pretty good sale on them. All right, I guess I'm up with a video. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Download speeds and upload speeds. I'm Hewie Poplock. Download speed refers to how many megabits of data per second it takes to download data from a server in the form of images, videos, text, files, and audio to your device. Activities such as listening to music on Spotify, downloading large files, or streaming videos on Netflix all require you to download data. Upload speed refers to how fast you can send information from your computer to another device or server on the internet. While downloading information is more common, some online activities need data to travel in the opposite direction. Sending emails, playing live tournament-style video games, and video calling on Zoom require fast upload speeds for you to send data to someone else's server. Speed test results. MLab speed test results from the last 6 months finds that the average internet speed in the U.S. is 139 megabits per second download and 41 megabits per second upload. What is a good download speed? Speeds of at least 25 megabits per second is considered good download speed since they meet the minimum broadband threshold set by the Federal Communication Commission. Keep in mind, though, that the number of devices, internet users, and their online activities in your home can change what is considered a good download speed for your household. The way we use the internet has changed since the pandemic. We now work and learn from home, in addition to playing heavily detailed online games. Now, anything over 100 megabits per second is considered fast internet. A good rule of thumb is to have a plan that supplies about 25 megabits per second per person in your home. So while one person is video conferencing, another can play an online game, all without interrupting each other. For an example of speed use, video game console manufacturers suggest at least 3 megabits per second download speed and 0.5 megabits per second to 1 megabits per second of upload speed to enable your game to run without lag or glitches. To run a video conference on an application like Zoom, 1.5 megabits per second is recommended, but 10 to 20 megabits per second will make the experience more seamless. To stream Hulu, Netflix, Sling TV, and other services, you should have a minimum download of 25 megabits per second. If you have more than one person simultaneously streaming, 50 megabits per second or more will be necessary. Here are some speed points to remember when searching for an internet plan at your address. 100 to 300 megabits per second, best for single or small households. 300 to 500 megabits per second, best for small to medium households. 500 megabits per second to 1 gigabit per second is best for large households with smart connections. What is a good upload speed? Upload speeds of 3 megabits per second are considered good because they meet the FCC's minimum standard. If you or anyone in your household regularly uploads videos to YouTube or works from home, though, you may need a plan with higher upload speeds. For example, if you have several devices in your household uploading at once, you should consider plans with 10 megabits per second of upload speed or higher. Upload speed will determine how someone hears or sees you during video conferences, how fast it takes to upload your video to TikTok, and more. How internet speed works. Internet speeds are measured by how much data your internet connection can transfer per second, which is megabits of data per second, or Mbps. The internet speeds you see in megabits per second measure the rate at which the provider delivers internet data to and from your home, commonly referred to as download speed. Data also goes in two directions. You download and upload information from the internet, so each internet connection will have download speeds and upload speeds. What is internet bandwidth? Bandwidth is kind of like a highway. The more lanes you have, the more room you give to traveling cars, which lets cars go faster and allows a higher volume of cars through to their destination. Mbps is a good indicator of how much bandwidth your home Wi-Fi connection has. The more internet bandwidth you have, the higher your volume of data that can be downloaded at a reasonable pace. And you can increase the speed at which the data travels because more of it can flow. So a household with 500 megabits per second internet plan has more bandwidth than a house with a 100 megabit per second internet plan and can download more data faster. So, what kind of bandwidth do you need? When you consider what internet speed you need for various activities, you should take into account both download and upload speeds. Depending on what your favorite online activities are, one may be more important than the other. Factors that affect internet speed. Internet service plan. Different internet plans offer varying speeds, and if you have a lower tier plan under 100 megabits per second, your activities may be limited compared to higher tier plans of 300 megabits per second or more. Connection type. Broadband connections such as fiber, fixed wireless, or cable internet generally offer faster speeds compared to dial-up or satellite internet connections. Network traffic. Speeds may slow down due to increased demand. To take advantage of peak internet speed times, it's good to know that Wednesday through Friday have the fastest download and upload speeds, with Sunday having the overall slowest. Distance from towers. The physical distance between your address and the internet service provider's servers, towers, or internet base can impact speed. If you are far away from the ISP's server, it may take longer for data to travel back and forth, resulting in slower speeds. Equipment and hardware. Outdated or low-quality equipment may limit the speed of your connection. Check your internet plan's requirements before purchasing your own equipment. Wi-Fi interference. Interference from nearby electronic devices, neighboring Wi-Fi networks, physical obstructions, and even distance between your device and the router can impact Wi-Fi performance. Malware or viruses. Regularly scan your devices for malware and viruses because they can slow down your connection speeds. Sharing bandwidth. Bandwidth-intensive activities such as streaming video or downloading large files on one device can impact the speeds experienced by other devices. Internet providers' download and upload speeds. Many internet providers offer internet plans with faster download speeds than upload. For instance, AT&T download and upload internet speeds can have as much as 400 megabits per second difference between the upload versus the download speed. Who has the fastest internet upload and download speeds? The internet provider you need depends heavily on your online activities and how many internet users you have at home. As you think about what activities you use the internet for at home, you may decide that having fast upload speeds is more important than download speeds. You may find that you don't really need fast upload speeds and just want fast download speeds that can handle streaming on multiple devices. Download and upload speeds by internet connection type. Download and upload speed can vary based on your internet type, so I've provided a general range of speeds for fiber, cable, satellite, and fixed wireless internet. Why internet upload speeds are slow and download speeds are fast. Most providers focus on download speed versus upload speed because the majority of online activities need more download bandwidth than upload bandwidth. As you'll see below, most common online activities rely heavily on fast download speeds. Since other activities that call for uploading data still require information to travel in both directions, the average person consistently needs higher download speeds than upload. However, fiber internet connections are a unique exception. Fiber internet providers frequently offer upload internet speeds that mirror download speeds. Activities that rely on download speed. The following common activities rely more on download speeds. 1. Watching a Netflix movie or show. 2. Shopping online. 3. Scrolling through social media. 4. Viewing YouTube videos. 5. Reading online articles. 6. Streaming music services. Activities that rely on upload speed. Some activities do require a bit of upload bandwidth, though. Without adequate bandwidth, some of the following activities could result in slowed internet speeds or buffering. 1. Video calls or conferences. 2. Live tournament-style gaming. 3. Sending emails with large attachments. 4. Backing up data to online or cloud storage services. 5. Uploading videos to social media. 6. Working on live cloud-hosted documents like Google Sheets or Docs. Use a speed test to check your download and upload speed. You can find out what your internet upload speed is and measure your download speed by using a free internet speed test. A speed test will measure both upload and download rates. I recommend testing internet speeds in multiple parts of your home to check consistency and see if you need to boost your Wi-Fi connection at home. Hopefully you now have a good understanding of download and upload speeds. I'm Hewie Poplock.
So for those that haven't heard, Jimmy Buffett passed away on Friday, September 1, at the age of 76. He had a rare skin cancer known as Merkel cell. Now, I actually did a presentation on Jimmy last year, so I've taken that and I've updated it slightly, and we'll show it again and the music again. So Jimmy Buffett was born Christmas Day, 1946 in Mississippi, and he later moved to Alabama. Now, on my side, as a youngster, I sometimes wondered if kids who celebrated their birthday on December 25 ended up receiving less toys in a given year, but that's another story. Buffett's early working years had him in the music business as a correspondent for Billboard magazine. By the 1970s, he moved to Key West, Florida, where he developed his beach bum character that allowed him to combine several music genres, including rock, country, folk, and calypso, into a unique music and stage persona. This came across in the titles he gave his album releases, my favorite being A White Sport Coat and A Pink Crustacean. But it was in 1977 with the song Margaritaville, and later It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere, that cemented his style and reputation. In the 1980s, Buffett became a popular concert performer while still churning out many albums. He also started merchandising his brand and opened the first Margaritaville Cafe. Since then, he has launched several business ventures, some related to restaurants, including the now defunct Cheeseburger in Paradise, which was named after one of his songs. With his financial investments in such diverse industries as record labels, beer production, casinos, and real estate, Forbes estimates Jimmy Buffett had a net worth of $950 million. Now, the 1980s also saw the formation of Parrot Heads, the nickname for his fans who would regularly attend his live shows that included his musicians aptly named the Coral Reefer Band. Jimmy Buffett was a writer as well, having written 3 #1 bestsellers. He is one of the few authors to have established #1 on both the fiction and nonfiction lists. So to honor Jimmy Buffett, here he is with his band doing the Van Morrison hit Brown Eyed Girl from a 2006 concert held at the time at the sold-out Wrigley Field in Chicago. 76, too young.
Wow.
He missed.
Yep. He'll be missed, but boy, the music is great.
And was there quite a few people there?
I would
wow.
say so.
Unbelievable.
I've spoken to some public groups, but never anything that big. Anyway, that's it for Tech for Senior. We're going to turn over now into our Q&A. We did go a few minutes longer than normal, but we had a lot of things packed in today. So I hope you got something out of it. You enjoyed it. And we'll open up for some Q&A.
Hewie,
Raise your hand. And yes.
I think Bob's online. Is Bob here? Say hello.
I let him in before.
Yeah. Is Bob Gostischa here? Bob, say hello. I know Bob, he's probably logged in while he's maybe Alice logged in and they were driving it. So I guess.
Yeah, maybe he can listen, but he can't talk.
Maybe. Okay. All right.
All right, Terry, you have your hand up.
Yes, I have a question about clicking on something that I shouldn't have. I saw something that I clicked on and immediately it turned to something I recognized as being bad. So within a second, I clicked it off. My question is, if I do a download for Microsoft or something like that, it takes a while for that to download. How long does it take a malware to download? I haven't noticed any problem with my system, but I wondered, how long does it take for malware to establish itself on your computer?
It could be instant and it could be a while. It could actually, they have some that they kind of drop on there and they don't activate for a while. And then some of them are immediate. What I would do is I'd do something like Malwarebytes and just double check to see most likely you got it in time. And downloads from Microsoft always take a long time. I'm not sure why, but even when you do a quick update or something, they really portion out the downloadability and the length of time. So all of their things take a long time to download. So don't measure that as an issue. But if something else is also giving you problems with downloads, I'd go ahead. When those things happen to me, first thing I do is I'll run ℍ𝕑𝕚𝕝, and I'll also run the antivirus program that I have. I'll run both of them to make sure that nothing is in memory or has been loaded.
Well, I do have McAfee, and I do run ℍ𝕑𝕝𝕝. But a side question though too, once I click, could they lock on to me? Like I said, I clicked it off, but could they lock on to me as well to download their malware?
They could drop something on your system that when you're online or when you're up and you're running, it could activate and send them a notice and connect to them. Yes.
Yeah, it can be instantaneous then.
Yeah, but I had one this week that when I clicked it, it came up and it gave me the screen to call a number and so on. I shut it down right away, and then I ran the tests and everything seemed to be fine. So most likely you're okay, but it doesn't hurt to double check.
Yeah, what signified today, I got some porn instantly, so I don't know, maybe they were just trying to sell me that, but like I said, instantly I clicked it off. Thank you.
Yep. Ron, your hand is up.
Question for, let me just take my hand down. Question for Chris. When I go to the Android, to the Play Store on my Pixel 6 and I type Prisma in, the first to let everyone know, you get 2 apps come up, one of which is not Prisma. You want to make sure you get Prisma Artifacts, which is the white square with the black triangle, because it also lists a photo app, AI photo scale up thing, which isn't Prisma at all. So make sure you choose the right one. The second thing, Chris, is when I downloaded and installed it, it really wanted my credit card. You know, when I clicked it and opened it up, it said, do you want to start a 3-day trial? And I said, and I didn't want to do that because part of starting that 3-day free trial was I had to put my credit card in. And so I X'd out of it and tried it a couple of times. I couldn't get past that first menu. Anyway, I just left it for half an hour while I was watching the show. I go back and it wants to log me in with my Google account. So I used my the Google account login, and now it seems to be working fine. So maybe if you just leave it, it'll let you in for free. I'm not quite sure the payment thing. Do you have it? I mean, you've used it for a while, so you probably, it's not, you don't know, isn't an issue.
We haven't reinstalled it recently.
Yeah. Well, actually, I have reinstalled it because there was a bug in the Android version. It kept saying that it needed permissions, and you keep giving it permissions, and
Right.
It's kept asking for permissions, and you kept giving it permissions. It never would get past that. So I sent an email to support, and right away, I mean, the next day, there was an update and it was fixed. So in any case, I have reinstalled it recently. And I've used it for years. I've never paid, I should.
Okay.
I don't use it that much. But there's, just,
if I left it,
keep
then
trying, it does work and you don't
work.
have to pay.
Yeah, it seemed to work. Oh, by the way, if you left it a little longer, it suddenly came up and said, we have a 50% off today for you specially. And you could get it for a year for $14.95, or I'm not sure if that's permanently or for $14.95. It gave you a 50% off. So anyway,
I don't think it's a subscription. I think it's a straight cost. So that's a good price.
It was a good price. Okay. All right.
Ray, you have your hand up.
Yes, just to comment on one of Ron's good presentations today regarding purchasing a computer. Probably for the last, I don't know how many years, I only buy refurbished PCs. But I only buy them from I happen to be partial to HP products, and there's a HP certified store in Colorado that sells them. I've dealt with them. They're very responsive. The negative is the warranty period is only 90 days. But I look at it on the positive side. This has been checked, not only originally built, but coming off the line again by certified technicians. And the discount in the price is usually substantial.
Yeah, I have purchased refurb computers, and actually my iPad that I've had for many years was a refurbished that I got from Apple directly. One other thing about that same piece, I always recommend, if you're going to go like to a Best Buy and look before, even if you're going to order it from Amazon or online to any of the online merchants, go to Best Buy and take a look at what they've got there. Don't bring your checkbook and hide your credit card, and just go and look, because you're going to get confused. Bring your phone and take lots of pictures, including the model numbers and the UPC codes for the ones that you like. Then go back and when you get home on your computer, then go and research the different ones and make sure that what you saw on one isn't what you're going to get on the one you decide you're going to purchase. And the other thing is, when you're asking a clerk, the first thing, I've done this since, oh gosh, when I got one of my first computers back in the early 70s or early 80s, one of the early 80s, one of the things I always did is I'd ask a question I knew the answer. And if the clerk didn't give me a proper answer or looked like that they were trying to make something up just to appease me, I knew that there's no sense in going any further asking them questions. So go in armed with a pretty good question that you know the answer to.
The other thing,
all right, oh, go ahead, Ron.
So, sorry. The other thing that I just wanted to mention is that if you're buying refurbished machines online, you've got to be very careful. And one of the issues is a lot of these machines are lease back. In other words, they take, and IBM does it, they all do it. They take all their lease backs and they'll put them on, and they'll put them on the internet. Now, you got to be really careful, because some of these lease backs are specifically built, for example, schools, schools, particularly Chromebooks in schools. There's tons of Chromebooks online on online sales, and they're lease backs, and they were built specifically for schools. And a lot of times they have limited ports. In other words, they don't have a port to plug a monitor in. They're really weird. They're built weird because they were built for a specific purpose, schools. And you will find this. So be careful. Be really careful when you're buying refurbished machines, because the ports and how they're configured may, if it was built as a commercial sort of regular PC for home use, then that's fine. But sometimes these are very unique machines that have some bizarre things on them. So just be careful with that.
Good advice. Terry, you have your hand up?
Well, I want to thank you, especially Ron, for his episode on buying a new computer. I have a Dell that's been my primary, bought it in 2017, and it stopped working. So I went back to my 2011 Toshiba, which I'm using right now. And my son is supposed to be buying a new computer for me today during the sales. But Ron brought up a lot of questions and ideas that my son didn't ask me about. But he's a computer whiz. He works in cyber for DOD. He pretty much knows what he's talking about. But anyhow, like I said, there were a few things that cropped up there, and I appreciate it on buying a new computer. This Toshiba, I noticed when I plugged it in again, the battery is dead. I left the battery in it, but I'm running, power through it. And so it's working okay. But it also gave me a message that the hard drive is failing. So I'm sitting on the edge of having computer service. And today's episodes, I appreciate. Thank you.
All right,
well, part two will be next week, and I'm going to talk about RAM and hard drives and all the other stuff, and that'll be in the video for next week.
Well, the other thing is I'm going to have heart surgery, what is it, TAVR on the 18th, and he's supposed to come in from Virginia and bring a computer to me. So anyway,
Well, good
I
luck
won't
with
be
it.
with you on the 18th. I'll be in the hospital.
Well, good luck with it. I had it done about a year and a half ago, and I came out of it fine. And within a few days, I was home and almost myself again. So,
Well, I understand it is pretty instantaneous on improvement,
Yeah.
but during the workup, they also identified a mass on my pancreas that's the size of a golf ball. I have had a cousin of mine die of pancreatic cancer, so things are adding up on me, and the age bit was also appropriate. So anyway, look forward to seeing you again. And,
yes, good luck with it, and we wish you well and speedy recovery.
Thank you very much.
Jim, probably your final question.
Yeah, I bought a Amazon Fire tablet because it was really cheap, and I'm wondering if anybody else has any experience with those. It's got its own browser. It's, in my opinion, except for using it as a reader, Kindle, an e-reader for Kindle, is a piece of, never mind what I want to say. But anybody have experience with it?
Yeah, I use mine a little bit. I found it. Yeah, it's not the best out there, but it's for the price that you pay for it, it works. I'm able to get mail with it. I'm able to browse the internet and do things with it. It's not going to be by major computer by any means, but that's not very expensive either.
Here's a tip for you. If you go onto Google, you can find instructions on how to install. I have a Kindle Fire HD as well. There is a way to load what they call side loading, the Google Play App Store on the Amazon Kindle. And it's a 4-step process, and it's pretty straightforward. It's been done for years and years and years. And once you install the Google Play App Store on the Kindle, you have access to everything you have on your Android phone. You can put, Google Photos on there. You can put anything on there. So it makes the Kindle a lot more productive as a tool when you have access to all the software.
Yeah, he's not talking about a Kindle. He's talking about the Fire.
Yeah, the Kindle Fire HD.
It's an Amazon Fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is Kindle.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to make a comment about that. Yeah, the thing about the Amazon, tablets is that they come with Amazon Android rather than Android. And so you are going to only be using what's available from the Amazon side. So side loading is an option, but also inexpensive Android tablets work more like Android than they do than the Amazon Kindle Fire tablets. So that's all.
They're certainly
But to everybody,
usable.
I actually made it today.
Yeah, how are you? Glad to see
Good,
you.
man. Good. Yeah, we rearranged, came in today. We're closed today, but had somebody walk in with a Chromebook, and we just rearranged some computers today to make it have the layout a little bit more, flow a little better. So it's and I have an old Dell to birthday suit. That's what I call it when I wipe it clean. And then I have one of our members' towers that I need to try to fix and get the data off of. So that's what my day has in front of me.
Glad you made it. I'm going up to our rec center and have some hot dogs and hamburgers.
Oh,
and,
yum.
And with that note, everybody, thanks for joining us on a holiday. We had a good crowd. I think we had some good material for you. And on behalf of everybody here at Tech for Senior, I'm Hewie Poplock, and we'll see you Thursday on Tech for Senior Live, and Wednesday if you want to join us for the Stug meeting. Bye, everybody.